You know, in a world where we do pretty much everything online, from banking to celebrating birthdays, you have to wonder, how does one of our most human traditions, saying goodbye, keep up? Today, we're going to look at how funeral homes are making that digital shift. And it's not just about surviving, it's about serving families in ways that are actually more connected and compassionate than ever before.
And that's really the heart of it, right? Before you even think about the business side, the main job has always been about compassion. It's about being a steady hand when people are going through the absolute worst. But what happens when those moments are being shared across continents, through screens? And that's the big question, isn't it? When a family is spread all over the world, how do you make sure that support reaches them? How do you make that feeling of care and comfort translate when they're not physically in the room?
Okay, so let's dive into this new digital age. For funeral homes, it's just not about the service itself anymore. It's about navigating this whole new set of expectations from families. It's about taking that timeless feeling of compassion and making it accessible with today's technology.
So what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, you start asking yourself questions like, is our website as warm and welcoming as our front door? How in the world do we communicate easily with a family that's in 3 different time zones? How do we build a real relationship that lasts beyond just one service? And, this is a big one, are there ways to grow the business that still feel respectful and supportive? These are the challenges every single modern funeral home is up against.
Trying to juggle all of that at once? It can feel like a lot. And that's why we're looking at a platform that's designed to be a single, all-in-one answer. So let's talk about Evntwall. It's built from the ground up to be a digital partner for the modern funeral home.
So what is Evntwall, really? Well, at its core, it's a digital toolkit. But it's built on a really important idea, that technology shouldn't replace the human touch, it should amplify it. The whole point is to bring compassion, efficiency, and professionalism all together, so you can focus on what really matters, the families.
And you know, that's such a crucial point. This is not just another piece of software you have to learn. The idea is for it to be a partnership. It's about using these digital tools to make those meaningful, supportive connections with families even stronger.
Okay, so what's actually in this digital toolkit? Let's pop the hood and break down the key features. You'll see that every single one is designed with that core mission of compassionate service in mind. So the platform is really this whole ecosystem of 6 connected tools. It all starts with your digital storefront, the business e-site. Then it helps you manage the service with a Concierge Portal for guests and memorial planners for families. But it goes way beyond that, creating these beautiful digital spaces for remembrance called event walls, and even helps with community engagement through a pulse wall. It's really the whole journey, all in one place. Let's zoom in on the memorial websites for a second, the event walls, because they're a perfect example of this. They do 3 really important things. First, they help honor the person with beautiful online tributes and photo galleries. Second, they become a central place to support the family, coordinating everything from donations to flowers. And finally, they connect everyone, no matter where they are, with things like live streaming, so nobody has to miss out. Here's a great way to think about it. Your digital presence has 2 key parts, a front door and a front desk. Your business e-site, that's your 24/7 digital front door. It's your public face, showing off your services and values. Then you have the Concierge Portal. That's your digital front desk. It handles all the practical stuff for a service, like giving directions, making announcements, and even gathering feedback so you can keep getting better.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the compassionate side of things, which is obviously the most important part. But let's be real, it's also a business. So how does all this technology actually help it grow? Let's check out the new opportunities that this digital world opens up.
Think about it. Traditionally, revenue mostly came from service packages and things you sold in person. But with digital tools, a whole bunch of new doors open up. You can start offering premium digital add-ons, help manage flower deliveries and donations, or even offer media packages with professionally managed live streams.
And this is the key part. The way this is all done is what makes it work. This is not about being pushy or using intrusive sales tactics. It's about promoting your services in a way that's respectful. When you offer genuinely helpful digital services, the opportunities to provide more value just come up naturally. It feels supportive, not commercial. So how does the pricing actually work? Well, it's set up in tiers so it can grow with your business. The basic plan gives you all the core tools you need to get a strong digital presence up and running. As you move up to Pro and Premium, you're basically just increasing your capacity. You can serve more families with more planners and more dedicated websites each month, and you get priority support. It's designed to scale right along with you.
All right, so the features sound great on paper, but what does it look like in practice? Does it actually work? Let's hear from some funeral directors who are out there using this platform every day.
Listen to what the bee has to say here. The keyword for me is seamlessly. The platform just weaves the marketing right into the service so naturally that it just feels like you're offering more value, which you are.
And then you've got Mark, who puts it so simply. It's a win-win. And isn't that what you want from any good technology? It should make the family's experience better and, at the same time, make the business stronger. That's the sweet spot.
And finally, Sam brings it all back home to the client experience. He says that digital tools, especially those memorial sites, actually reduce stress for families and make planning smoother. That's when you know the technology is really doing its job.
So, where does this all leave us? It's really about being future-ready. It's about embracing these digital tools not just for the sake of technology, but as a modern way to continue the timeless and important work of honoring legacies.
When you boil it all down, it really comes to this. A platform like Evntwall gives you the tools you need to provide more value, serve families better when they need it most, and make sure your business can grow and thrive in this new digital age.
Technology is always going to change how we live, how we grieve, and how we remember. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Is your business prepared to honor tomorrow's legacies with the tools of today?